So there's a product called Dragon Naturally Speaking, right? And what it does is it lets the user control the computer by speaking. So the the person can say, computer, open a Word document, or open a new Word document, and then then the user can say, okay, start dictating a letter. Dear Gus, comma, new line. I think you are totally awesome, exclamation mark, new line. You are my hero, exclamation mark, new line. Love, comma, Gus. Right? So you can do that, and Dragon over time has to be trained to understand your voice, because obviously everybody does not speak the same way, right? So we have different diction, and in order for Dragon or for that piece of software to understand what you're saying, you have to train it. Now, the downside, or the thing that a lot of people don't understand about Dragon, is they think that this is a feasible solution for people who are blind.
No?
Why is it not?
Why?
All right, yeah, not to jump in, but I've been a Dragon user since the program was invented, so I know it inside out.
Okay.
And because I've lost my sight gradually, I've had a chance to adapt to it.
Yep.
And some of the later versions, without much difficulty, I end up using it as a screen reader for me.
Dragon ends up reading as
when I'm writing, I can immediately have it read back to me. So I'll catch mistakes.
Okay.
And I can train it. And so now I do it as second nature. I don't even think about it.
That's-
I go on the web.
But most people who have never used it before, right,
But
will have great
it won't.
difficulty. One second. Yeah?
The problem with Dragon, which is something that you just indicated,
Yeah.
is that because you do have to think where the punctuation goes,
Mhm.
and that's a different technique than this, because you can just keep rattling on Dragon
Right.
forever, and it'll pick up as much as it can, and it will do a really good job of catching what you speak. And the training, you see, I went to a point where it used to take you 3 or 4 hours to get it just to barely recognize your voice.
Mhm.
And now anybody can pick up Dragon, and within 10 minutes will be able to do a pretty accurate dictation.
Okay.
But the more you use it, the better you are.
Right.
I mean, it's gotten down to the point where they recognize that someone with a southern accent
Sure.
is different. So you can actually say, "I have a southern accent," and it will then understand. I
Right.
speak English with an Indian accent. I'm English.
Right.
So I'm just saying, I love the program. I'm using it, and I have been using it for a long time, and I can't live without it, even without my sight. I still use it every single day.
Gotcha. And do you use a screen reader as well?
Yes and no. The thing is, at this point, I still have some vision,
Mm-hmm.
but so to put in a screen reader at this point, I have been able to use Dragon so effectively
Got it.
that it's a screen reader. It has a really good
Yep.
voice, and it's really fast.
Yep.
And a couple of screen readers I've tested before haven't given me much advantage.
Got it. So the problem with, and that's awesome that you can use it that way, and the issue with most people who don't have enough usable vision to be able to see what's on the screen is why Dragon is not always the best solution. But people automatically, one second, sir. People automatically assume that Dragon is the answer for blind users, right? But Dragon really is a method of inputting information. It's not a method of receiving information from your computer. At least that's not its intention. The intention for most Dragon, people who are using Dragon, is to dictate to the computer what it needs to do, and you're seeing what it's doing for the most part. I know it has some speech elements, but for people who have no usable vision or not enough usable vision to be able to interact with the output, speech recognition is not the way to go, at least right now. There are ways of For example, if you want to use JAWS with Dragon, you can buy something called a bridge program, which tells JAWS and Dragon, hi JAWS meet Dragon, Dragon meet JAWS, right? And then they start to interact with each other, but voice recognition is very different from voice output. Screen readers do voice output. Voice recognition is done by programs like Dragon, which listen to your dictation.